I'm pretty sure that a lot of people are out there probably feeling, maybe thinking the same thing, same exact thing, more than likely. But I'm not exactly sure like how to feel at the moment. I'm not exactly sure what to think. I'm not exactly sure if I care anymore. I mean, you know, the way a lot of people are acting, and all the things that are actually going on in the world, and me myself, yes, I'm tooting my own horn. I am, I am, sorry for yelling, and it probably hurt your ears. I apologize, but I mean, I think about stuff, but trying to be as rational and logical as possible. But some things can't be rationalized, and it's overwhelming when you deal with people who are not responsible or in the moment enough. And then you have the outside world. People are crumbling and they're emotional and uh, I would say evangelical, but I think that's targeting. So I'm going to say super religious and kind of negative at the same. It's like a super religious and negative, and it's like I thought you're supposed to be people of the book, people of God. It's like how are you? Uh, uh, the mental footwork is too much for some things sometimes. And then you got like actual stuff happening. It's like, oh, there's a coronavirus, which I do not believe in a coronavirus. And then they have, government lockdown. People can't go to work unless you're considered, quote unquote essential and stuff like that. And it's just it's so much. And then people are still trying to hold on to a reality that still has an existence, but it's only because you believe in it. It's only because you're dependent on it. It's like they say in the Matrix, and it's like, yeah, you will so so dependent on the system. Fight to protect it. Cigarettes and booze. It's like the governor said. Yeah, you guys, you need cigs, you need booze, you got that. You want money for working? No, unless you're essential. It's like, what do? You do this? Well, guess what? It's not on the list. Starve. And you got to figure it out. It's still cold out. I wore my jacket out today. And it's jacket weather. I seen people outside with jackets and coats and vests. And it's like, yeah. So to stick around, in situations, it's kind of harsh. Had a situation with the boiler last night. I mean, yesterday, I don't know why it got so hot, but the bathrooms were hot, and they're never normally that hot. Turns out the fan on the boiler, like, conked out. It just broke. So all the heat is just like kind of just like flowing everywhere, and started to heat up the pipes, and it made everything a lot warmer than it should have been. And, I mean, it was ridiculous. But to go back, yeah, it's like the situation here with us in life at this moment in time. Right now, I'm in New York State, and it's 3:18 p.m. April 1st, 2020. So now, situation seems pretty bleak. I just put the date and time and location so anybody goes back, whatever. It's like this is what's going on right now, and it seems pretty bleak. Doing my best to stay as sane as possible. And even though right now I don't seem to have anything to care about, I don't have any fucks to give, except about the bare necessities. Eating, sleeping, being clean. Everything else is kind of out of the window. When realizing that you know, parents send their kids off to war, send their kids off to college, send their kids to school every day. Animals grow up, mature, and just kind of sometimes they get lost away from their parents. Sometimes they go out and roam and never come back. And years ago, before there was all this technology that connected everybody all the time, people would go off and you would never see your relative again, or you would see them every few years or, months. And so I'm realizing that everything doesn't have to be, the world, technology has made us sensitive and soft. And I used to not care a long time ago, and I was so free. And I feel much freer now not caring. And it kind of hit me in the last 2 days. And today will be like the third day, kind of. And it's like, yeah, I mean, I'm cool with it. I'm cool because I feel good. but I just don't see anything to care about at the moment. And it's like, and I'm not being negative. It's just that the stuff that could be important was important. I mean, a lot of people can, are there now, but I mean, like, I don't even want to tell you guys because you're like, you're evil. Papa Diesel rhymes with evil. It's like, it may, but evil spelled backwards is live or live. I'm a live wire. Set the whole stage on fire. I'm showing my age by dropping that bar. But yeah, anyway, it's just the reality of the situation. And I'm not being negative. I have a positive outlook, thinking realistically, but everything that I thought and a lot of stuff, it just kind of like, and it all came with like the reactions that I was getting from people, so-called friends, acquaintances, people who've known me for years, and a lot of people just been given like attitude, and I've been kind of like, yo, and I'm really not a nice guy. I'm cordial, and I'll be as decent as possible. But if you step on my toes, it's like alligator chomp. You have no idea. If you think that you know me, you think you can get away with that, then you obviously do not know me. And it's been a few people, and it's like I was getting some bad treatment, and everybody kind of started kind of like it was like a snowball effect, and it's like, why all these people all these people are online. I'm in no close proximity to them at all. At least an hour away from most of these people who are talking like craziness. And it's like, why? Like one person said something like some weird pedo stuff, and I was like, whoa, how? What are you insinuating? It's like what? And I kind of let him have it. Uh, I was joking with someone else, and they kind of got all, and I was like, what? And I was like, listen, and the whole thing is like people don't really understand. It's like I'm comfortable being alone. I'm comfortable in my own skin. I can look at myself in the mirror and say, God damn, you gorgeous bastard, you know. So it's like I don't need anybody. I'm not looking to take advantage of anybody. So I just put it out on the table. It's like, hey, well, if you feel the need not to speak to me anymore, that is your prerogative, and the world is vast. Go to your corner, I go to my corner or room. However the situation is, but we don't have to go back and forth with this crap. And I'm definitely not dealing with that, whatever your situation is. And it's like, people let you know what they think. You take them seriously because I let people know what I think and how I think. People just don't seem to be like living in reality, so they don't take that serious. They think it's a joke. But when people say certain things, you got to pay attention. It's like, oh, this is how you really feel about me. Okay, gotcha. And it's been happening. And so I mean, I texted somebody today, and they were talking, said something, and it was like, hold up. And it's like, you think because you're a woman that I've known you. We had something in the past, very briefly. And I mean, there's a whole bunch of lies and texts, and she's like sending me stuff, and it's like, she's using like lame guy tactics to talk to me, and she has no idea who she's dealing with. But I still entertain the dumb crap a little bit. But I kind of like put the little bricks in the road, and like in front of her to let her know, like no, this didn't happen. That's not no. And they were like, come to the store. No, come drive an hour to take me up the block to the store so I can get something to roll some weed in. It's like, baby girl, crack used to be sold on every corner, but not here. Okay, not here. So yeah, and people are just so emotional. It's like they're all breaking down. It's like you don't realize a lot of the stuff that you claim that you want, you can make on your own, or find an alternative. And I'm not advocating anything, but I'm just being realistic. People are just freaking out, and they're just doing a whole bunch of other crazy stuff. And most of these people got issues. A lot of these people have their own issues, and they don't even realize that they will be part of the problem if shit really hits the fan. But hey, I'm just trying to be as positive as possible, and I'm trying to stay as focused on the situation as possible. It could go either way, but I feel like everything's going back to quote unquote normal, whatever version of normalcy can go back to, even though we have things like corona laws now. But I feel like it'll go back to normal as it can be before this crap hit, with some of the residual effects of corona, lingering around. But you got to think, you're in situations, everybody's a little stressed. Everybody's extra stressed and emotional, and uncertainty, looms over your head every morning when you wake up, every night before you go to sleep. But the people, your loved ones, the people who you've chosen to be your family, who are friends, you got to be good to your people. Because if you don't, guaranteeing something can always change and it can always go against you. So it's in your favor to be good to your people. I mean, I don't know how else to say it because I do it. Yep, I'm saying it. And I do it. And I also give my people the chance and ability to check me. It's like, please check me. Why? Because I chose you to be my people. And if you're not checking me, then who the hell is? If I'm going off the reservation and you notice and you let me go, then you're the enemy. But you're my friend. You're supposed to tell me the hard truths. And it's just like, I don't know. Like I have my own personal situation, but I'm seeing it. It's like it's an epidemic right now. It's like the coronavirus is nothing that we have to worry about, but like people like flipping out is the only problem that I had in my mind. And now I'm seeing like people who are close to me, and they're losing it. They're wigging out because they're emotional or they're stressed, and they're personalizing. That's word. They make it their own. Everything. It's become internalized, and they're like, oh, it's a personal attack against me. It's like, no, everybody's going through it. Everybody's going through it, but everybody has different situations. So do what you got to do to keep your peace, but at the same time, don't step on your people because what is it? CMB baby, we all we got. Diesel out.